Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of This Week in Crypto Philanthropy, your weekly guide to crypto-powered change. Nick Mikhalevsky, Senior Sales Manager here at The Giving Block, and very excited today to be joined by special guest, Zach Norman, who is Web3 Partnerships Lead and Development Strategist at Love Justice International. Zach, welcome to the show.
What's up, Nick? Glad to be here. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So let's say, for example, we're in an elevator. I see you wearing that Love Justice International shirt, and I say, "Hey, what's that about?" What would you say?
Yeah, I would say so. Love Justice International. We are an international nonprofit. Started in 2004. Originally serving orphan and abandoned children through family homes and dream schools. Still, two things that we do as an organization. And now we have a big focus since 2006 on our real-time prevention method called transit monitoring. So what transit monitoring is real-time prevention for human trafficking. And we intercept individuals at border crossings, bus stations, railways, airports, strategic, points of transit where there's, lots of traffic, right? And where human trafficking unfortunately exists. And so we have highly trained teams of transit monitors that identify those key indicating factors, right, for high risk situations, approach individuals, and verify those factors to see if it's a high risk situation, and to potentially intercept those people from a trafficking situation.
Man, sounds like really important work. And in your role and how things have been going, I'd say in the last couple of years, how has your role kind of in that Web3 space started to bring in new technologies to support the mission and maybe new capabilities around something you've been doing for almost 20 some odd years now? What are some of the new things that you've been working on in your role as sort of that Web3 development specialist?
Yeah, so first we have a world-class data solution called Searchlight, and some prominent banks have used our product Searchlight. On the data side of things, we've been doing this transit monitoring and intercepting work since 2006 now. So we have a lot of data internationally. We've served 31 different countries, right? And we're currently serving 20, and you can see a map of all those current countries when you get our website. So on the AI side of things is what really, empowers those data findings and some really powerful, tangible solutions that are working and helping us scale. Just the simple, on the field, dirty work that's on the ground, right? Of just in person, nothing super technical in the moment of intercepting people. But it's on the back end where we use those data tools and data science and AI and machine learning and all that stuff that reinforces a scalable solution. So just like the fact that we've been really leaning into throughout our history, increasingly on the data side, it's naturally made us keen towards the other things in innovation like Web3 and blockchain and crypto, which is why we're here today. And I love it because I've just always had this strong pull towards the humanitarian sort of stuff, and crypto. And when both of those things were getting more at the in my life, soon after came along with Love Justice. Our VP of advancement, Jason Dukes, he used to be at Tron, so familiar with Tron blockchain and Tron DAO. We just both geeked out both prior to coming onto Love Justice on the crypto stuff, right? And what brought both of us in, one big thing for me was NFTs. And I was producing music for this fine artist, and he's like, "Hey man, like, do you want to want to be a part of this NFT project?" And this is like, I don't know, 2020, 21, right? And I was like, what's that? Cool. I'll start the tracks, right? And then when it came out, I saw what it was. But what's really cool is that we're thinking of crypto and blockchain, coming from that foundation of the data science and AI side of things, and we're coming at it from the giving standpoint. Yeah, right. But we're also thinking of it with some of our partnerships like Tatum, our blockchain infrastructure partner. Um, and that episode is going to be coming out very soon that we did with them. With we're doing stuff with them with nodes, and how does that translate towards what we do at an operational level, right? And with our core solution. So it's like really exciting because we get into all the geeky sort of stuff, and then we're also working on things that have to do with our mobile app, right? So giving people that Telegram, chat community sort of experience. Um, and first is just putting the app out there for community, right, and interactivity. Um, and then later, some of these other, the more geek sort of aspects will be implemented very easily for our community. So a lot of really exciting things, yeah, that we're pulling together. But this is really the biggest one, that brings the everyone's together, is the giving block, and that's what I love about the giving block is it's easy, and it's a great community. So yeah.
Appreciate that. Well, so it sounds like then you had a little bit of like a personal kind of crypto story, crypto connection from the Tron community, and certainly in 2021, I mean NFTs were absolutely huge. There was a lot of great philanthropy that came out of the NFT space. I'm sure that community will be roaring back over the coming years. But is it safe to say that this was something that you found first before coming to the organization and just sort of brought that community into the org? How did I guess the sort of the crypto conversation first start to get thrown around at Love Justice International?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of that story with myself individually, Jason, our VP of advancement, and for me, it started with that music production story, but then it opened up my curiosity, to integrate those just NFTs into a company that I started that's around um, compelling stories, and so multimedia sort of NFTs incorporating fine art and film and music and stories, and so just like starting that is what opened up a community to me of other professionals in this world. um, you know, and I think with Jason, he his involvement much more on the DAO aspect, and like actually working for a blockchain, right, that has a global presence. Um, it was that was a few years back really interesting to step into and start looking at, more than NFTs for myself, right? And so we definitely got to riff on a ton of stuff, and and think about all the various possibilities. It's really cool to see how these different companies now are latching on that we've both brought into this world with us, whether that's the Giving Block or Tatum. There's this there's a crypto cold wallet company, Tangem as well. A number of these companies that are all going to be a part of our debut event called 25 and 25, and that's in Atlanta, May 21st. It's going to be awesome. It's amazing. It's at the Hotel Indigo, Vinings, Atlanta, and we'll be giving away some Tangent wallets, which is going to be fun. Going to have some like gift matching with the Giving Block, and some other really exciting things. Just bringing people together, solutions together, in person. It's going to be fun.
Yeah, fantastic. And I guess for everybody that we'll have the link to that event in the show notes. But yeah, for folks that maybe are interested to learn more, is there something that's going to be on the website? Are you guys promoting that already? How can people find more about the 25 and 25 event? You said that's in Atlanta, correct?
Yeah, it's in Atlanta, May 21st. It's on Luma. It's on What's Happening in Atlanta, from Luma. They featured it. That's awesome. Our dedicated page is lovejustice.ngo/25 in 25. Um, so the mission for 25 and 25 is to amplify local and global impact with 25 AI and blockchain companies in the year of 2025. It's awesome because we already have like 10 different partners that are latched on, that are like long-term partnerships already, or media partners, a variety of different partners where they're doing giveaway with us with product. Awesome. And you can find it there on our page. We post about it on LinkedIn as well. And you'll see more announcements coming out every day, highlighting our different partners, and others involved.
Nice. And I guess maybe coming off that event or things that are coming down the pike in 2025, anything that you're really excited about, going deeper into the Web3 space, anything maybe a little bit higher level, like in general, just something that you feel really passionate about bringing the world of crypto to the kinds of work that you guys are doing. And as I'm sure you've already, known that, I mean, the crypto community has just been, really strong, mission driven, community. I mean, that's that word that gets thrown around a lot in a lot of these episodes when we talk to nonprofits when they're getting into the crypto space. Some really recognize that community, and some are very surprised at the enthusiasm of the crypto community. So yeah, anything I guess in it, later in 2025 that you're really excited about, or any projects that you're looking to go deeper on in sort of the Web3 crypto space that supports the really important work that you guys are doing.
Yeah, I think I'm just excited about this event series because what it has done is it's really streamlining all of our partnerships, right? It's integrating into our other like gift matching campaigns. Um, it's it's bringing a lot of aspects together for what we're doing in our mobile app, for community first, and then later, doing some like Web3 things within that app without it being clunky and hard for people to use, right? Um, but the first thing would really just be the fact that we will be doing 25 in 25 in other locations. Naturally, just with where some of these companies are, some of our community is, and some of these partnerships. There's places like South Florida, Miami area, Austin, Texas, San Francisco. Those are some places that we're working on for these next events. Um, so we're just excited to bring community together to cast our vision and for it to be co-created together, right? Love Justice does what Love Justice does, and we're integrating these tools to be more effective at what we do and to make it exciting and more effective. And but it's the innovators and all these technologists that are coming together with their vision as well, and how they can contribute and be empowered in their sectors, their spheres of influence. So it's just a community effort.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I guess for folks that are listening to this, hearing some of those places that you're going to be, mark it on your calendar. And for folks that are in the crypto Web3 community, good chance to put that on your radar as well if you want to connect with the Love Justice team. One thing I like about the website and sort of highlighting that impact. I always love organizations that don't just have sort of the I don't want to, for lack of a better term, like the blank dollar number, but the ones that really kind of show like what that impact does and what kind of support unlocks. And you guys have a great website where you can sort of see how much goes to protecting 2 people, 4 people, 10 people. It's super cool. I know that the crypto community always loves knowing what that tangible, impact is, rather than I'm gonna, set up, this kind of gift, whether it's a one time, whether I'm gonna, come back and do that again. So, you know, are there some things that the crypto community can do that, easy, low hanging fruit things that if someone's really passionate about getting involved in this space, something easy that they can do maybe to get started and maybe where they can go to see what some of this impact is.
Mm-hmm.
Where can they go to learn more about that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we put impact all over our website. So wherever you are, you're not going to be able to run away from it, because that's so important. otherwise, there's really no reason for us to exist. And I just love it. I love that we lead with impact, and we really are very informative with how we achieve that and how we display that. Um, related to that impact, we have our Every Minute in May campaign. So we're pairing our 25 and 25 event. Every effort, whether it's um, anything that we're doing in May, is for Every Minute in May campaign, and we have a gift match up to $500,000 until May 31st, right? So you'll see the information of that at lovejustice.ngo/every minute. You'll also see that on our /25 and 25 page, right? Um, and what's really amazing is that, you know, you can sponsor a minute, right? So you can see the whole breakdown. Like, okay, how many minutes do I want to sponsor? How many lives does that translate to, right? Um, we have collectively, I think I touched on this earlier, intercepted over 80,000 people now since we started this real-time prevention work in 2006. Last year alone, we intercepted 20,666 people. This last month, we intercepted over 3,000 people. And so, there's also some amazing research outside of Love Justice that you'll see on the Every Minute in May page, talking about this global slavery prevalence that is just declining in 17 countries that we serve. 5% every year, annual decrease in global slavery prevalence. It's amazing. And outside of those 17 countries, there's a 12% increase annually. For every intercept that we achieve, there's a natural deterrence of 30 other individuals from that one interaction, right? So there's just so many more compelling, findings there that people can find on that Every Minute in May page. They can see how they can get involved as well, like with their company, their friends, their communities, their churches. We have these different toolkits for all of them, to where they can click it and be like, okay, cool, I can start my own fundraiser, right? So that's what we got going on in May. And it's a very, very exciting month to be involved.
And that's really cool. I mean, and that sharing that tangible impact. I mean, the gears were already kind of turning, in my own head, and just knowing what those ripple effects are and the magnitude of the work that is happening out there right now. Like I said, like Every Minute. That campaign sounds fantastic. Again, we'll make sure to put all those links in the show notes so that people are curious, they want to get involved, they want to sponsor that minute and help disrupt and protect, the knock-on effects of that impact. I think that sounds incredible. We'll make sure to again include all of that. I guess you guys got into this. You're at the start of this, like, burgeoning Web3 crypto space. Any kind of word of advice for those organizations that are seeing things like this, hearing more organizations kind of dipping their toe into the crypto space? Any kind of advice maybe from your own personal experience, or just as you sort of brought this to the organization, or just how you got some of that internal buy-in that, hey, this is a real community that we should be engaging with. Would love to know if and I don't know if advice is the right thing. It doesn't maybe need to be advice, but just anything you would let nonprofits know about going down this path. Happy to let you take it in whatever direction you want.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's meeting people where they are, right? That's one of the biggest things that, Emily talked to us about from the beginning when we started, working with you guys. Like, meet people where they are. Make it as easy as possible for them to interact with you as well. Put everything in one place. And how can you do that with any solution, or a gathering of people, or an API, or whatever it is, right? A landing page. How can you make the vision clear? Not make it compelling. How can you, like Michelangelo, just like liberate the statue that was underneath that rock, right? How do you just convey something for what it is so that people really understand and make it easy for them to latch on. You know, whether it's using the giving block, because it's like, you know, it's like the the household name for crypto giving, right? And all these different organizations, you know, use it, that everyone knows about and trusts. They're like, oh, cool. If they use it, like I might use it for my nonprofit, right? Um, and so that's great. But it's also like on the things that are more technical, right? That we want to use, you know, uh, the giving block is great for like, hey, for the TradeFi, the DeFi people, it's like a great bridge. For the people who, you know, your grandma doesn't know crypto, it's great to use, right? And then some of these other things that we want to use more on the core solution, less fundraising side, right? Um, you know, how do we meet people where they are, and you know, not treat these different components as separate, but use them strategically in a you know, a clear direction. And so I think that's where, whether it's through digital means or in real life gatherings, where the community and a call to action is so important, right? Um, make everything easy, make everything clear, and bring people together so they know what they can achieve, what impact they can achieve together. And so, yeah, crypto giving, some of these infrastructure things, app things that we're doing, events, and how can we streamline all that together to where people can actually have an outcome that is attached to that community. That's what we're trying to do. And um, hopefully it's a fun, you know, communal effort in the process. We're having fun with it.
Well, this is one of those things that, you know, just speaks to me as a donor. I mean, I donated to an organization this past year that really crystallized, you know, the hours of medical research that could be unlocked with, you know, a crypto donation that I made, and a very similar type of thing that you know, you're talking about, and the important work that you guys are doing. And like I said, giving the ability for people to sponsor those minutes in whatever fashion. So I love knowing that more minutes are getting sponsored, more people are getting saved by a new way of giving to you guys. So I just love that this new door is there. It's open. It's for all kinds of folks. Some of our nonprofit clients have been really surprised that where some of these crypto donations come, maybe not from like the 25-year-olds, but actually like the 55-year-olds. So for me, I just like the fact knowing that, like I said, there's more tools out there. There's more ways for people to get involved. There's more ways for people to sponsor more of those minutes, and keep seeing, you know, that those numbers start to decrease, which is fantastic. So hopefully we can contribute to more of that momentum that you guys have already seen. So like I said, we'll make sure that everybody knows about the event in Atlanta, everything that's coming down the pike with you guys, certainly where they can support the mission and see the kind of impact that you're doing. Um, but Zach, really appreciate you coming on the show today. We will really be looking forward to the event that's coming up. Really looking forward to the partnership. And on behalf of everybody here at the Giving Block, thanks for all the work that you guys are doing. We'd love to sponsor more of those minutes. And for everybody else, we'll see you next week.